So my dude's Valk here, and today I'm going to be talking about Mihoyo and basically why I think there might be internal issues at Mihoyo HQ. Now, why do I say that? What gives me the sort of idea that Mihoyo might be having any type of internal issues? Basically, it's the amount of loose ends we have with the story and the lack of content overall in the game. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, it's a mobile game. You're not meant to play it every day. And I'll agree with you. But if you look at the amount of loose ends we've had within the game, where we have Albedo going on, Venti, we don't know what's going on with Venti. We have the sibling we're looking for, which we're about to get a little bit more information on, Zhongli, etc. And we look at how the game literally has not gotten harder since the very first day it's came out. There have been no meaningful content. There's been no stats forward. It's basically in a stalemate right now. It reminds me a lot, and it harkens back to things like Fallout 76, Anthem, Mass Effect Andromeda, games like that. Games that I know for a fact were having internal issues, and it reminds me of Mihoyo. Now, whenever I'm saying internal issues, I'm not meaning like they're fighting at each other's necks, etc. I'm thinking that there's mostly devs versus shareholders is normally what happens. At least that's what happened with Cyberpunk. The devs were like, we need to delay it. Shareholders were like, we need to release it now. And we all know what happened with Cyberpunk. So I'm not saying it's the shareholders. It could be somebody in charge. Somebody's just making really poor decisions as far as it goes. And I promise you, do not blame devs for this. People who develop the games, they don't put as much time into the game as you do with a game like Genshin whenever it comes to crafting such a beautiful world and the good storytelling they actually have. You don't put that much time into something and you don't not release it. Basically, there's rumors going around of certain content being finished and just not being released, and there's a bunch of internal conflict about releasing it or not. So I want to kind of bring this up, kind of see your guys' thoughts on it, because to me, I'm seeing telltale signs of just internal conflict overall. Basically, the game's in a stalemate. It's not really moving forward. Every single patch seems to just be buying for time, buying for time. We haven't had any content since the very first day of the game to kind of test the players. The main issue right now, there's a giant power disparity in between the game. I even put out a poll. 90% of people found the game way too easy. It's because the game, we've been scaling for 6 months and the game hasn't scaled at all. The game has not matched us because world level alone is not enough to count for artifacts, for built characters, level 90 weapons, talent levels, etc. All these things scale up and ramp up your characters to kind of pretty crazy heights. So, I think there's internal conflict going on. I think just a basically lack of direction, lack of content. It seems like also they're just pulling characters out of thin air with Eula and Yanfei. They just kind of popped them out of thin air. These characters literally came from nowhere. Um, and I think it's going to be a cycle we see until change happens, which we're never going to hear about. We'll never hear about this from an outside perspective. We're only going to be able to see whenever change happens, whenever they ramp it up. And I got to say, if we stick it out, I think within a year this will be a great game. A lot of people don't like hearing that. A lot of people don't like hearing the fact that I think it's going to take about a year before the game actually becomes any good. But I believe that's what I fully believe it's going to take. Now, how many people are going to quit in that time? Quite a few. It's going to take quite a few, and it's going to take their money getting touched for things to change. And I believe that's going to happen rather than sooner. Now, people can say, don't support Genshin, don't summon, don't. That's not realistic. Whales are still going to whale. People are still going to summon. They're still going to make their bag because they don't care about. They don't even care about somebody like me that spent like $2,000. They don't care about what I do. What they want is the big whales, the guys that are the giant paycheck every single time a new unit comes out or a new weapon comes out. They want those guys' money. They don't want my money. They don't want your money. They want that money. That's where they're going to make a lot of their money. A lot of gacha games operate in the same sense. And whenever the whales start running away because the content is just purely too easy for them, that's when things will change. Now, what can we do in the meantime? Nothing. We can sit back, wait, and watch the show. I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it. I wanted to kind of put my thoughts in the air too. See what you guys think. See where the community stands. Because I think there might be some internal issues going on. You guys let me know what you think. To me, I'm seeing the same symptoms I saw when I was playing Anthem, whenever I was playing Fallout 76. I'm seeing the exact same type of thing, where it's basically just how long till the community gets bored and moves on, and will the game recover? Well, Genshin kind of is in a league of its own right now. Genshin literally is too big to fail. They're not going to fail at this point no matter what. No, even if it takes them a year to get their act straight, I think they're still going to succeed. So, like I said, let me know in the comment section below where you stand. Do you believe that there's internal issues going on? And if so, give me your idea as to what. Anyways, thank you all for watching as always. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Catch you all later. Peace.